That'll do. What's this? Red Bull. You got one too. Đó sao xem?
6块，
什么？
6块，
6 块. That is 60 pence. Wow.
6。
Whoa. Right. I'm going to do a short video. Right, I'm going to do a short video and a talk. It was going to be about China. Hey, 你们好. Was going to be about China, but well, let me give you a quick story what's been happening in China for the last 2 weeks regarding myself. Well, my last video has clearly indicated that I'm new to YouTube and I'm unfamiliar in how to, or even how to get connected onto YouTube and make videos using a green screen, etc. All this stuff is really new and really quite enjoyable. I'm a teacher who's out of work now for nearly 7 months without an income. And it's hurting financially, it's really hurting. But I'd still rather be here at the moment than in the UK because of the virus. But I don't want to talk about the virus, that's really not the purpose. The last 2 weeks or so I've also had a cold myself, quite a bad one actually. And I simply isolated myself. I didn't want to get caught up and find my temperature's high and then I get shipped off to the local hospital down the road there and then chucked into some bed and anyway become another victim. So I just did some exercises and sweat the cold out my system and now 6 days later I'm in a much better situation. During that period of time, or at the beginning of that cold, I lost my VPN, I lost access to the internet and I called Eric in to give me a hand. Eric was the chap who helped me establish the link up that I've currently got. Yeah, nice chap. Anyway, so I got another VPN sorted out and I was away. And he helped me sort things out and I was away. So that was that. Not feeling particularly well, I couldn't go out and do any videos of China, and so I did a lot of YouTube watching and it was amazing. Good Lord. I was constantly getting your American news channels telling me what's happening and the conflicting stories from either side. You watch one on NBC and then you watch another one on Fox and you think which one is right, which one is right. It's just nothing but bickering and bickering. One situation can happen, this can could fall on the floor. If I drop that now on its side, it could roll on the floor. The Democrats would say it was pushed and the Republicans would say it was pulled. The Democrats might say it was empty and the Republicans would say it was full. It doesn't matter, it fell on the floor. That's the point I'm making, it fell on the floor. That's the kind of thing I'm seeing, it's so pathetic. Anyway, so imagine for one moment you're in your car, you go out for a drive. Now you might be driving along and then see this housing estate, whether it's like this one behind me with tall buildings or whether it's literally houses and as you go down that road, you stop for a moment, sort out your air condition or grab a bite to eat from the glove compartment, and then you hear screaming and shouting from one of the gardens. You look over and you see half a dozen kids in the garden, and they're all fighting with each other. And then you see the parents come out, and they don't tell the kids to shut up. They're fighting with each other too. Not hand-to-hand combat, but just shouting abuse and obscenities at each other. Nothing's getting fixed. The mother's saying, "Oh, your father's useless. He lays on the sofa and he just drinks his beer and smokes his cigars and watches sport." Well, there is no sport, but he's watching something on TV, and he doesn't realise what's important, and he brings in a lousy income. He hasn't got a job now, and he never had any savings, and everything's his fault. Everything that's gone wrong in this house is his fault. And he's saying to the children, "Oh, your mother doesn't do the washing up. Look at all the dishes on the sink, she hasn't done the washing up for days. She doesn't clean the house. She doesn't make your beds. She doesn't get you school uniforms. She doesn't this and she doesn't that." Wow. Of course the kids are going to be mentally disturbed what's going on in their own house with their own parents. They're not going to move forward. They're just going to stagnate or even go backwards and start fighting each other. They may even spread their anger into the neighbour's garden. Who knows? They may even start burning the fence or the shed. Who knows? Put that same scenario into your whole country, the whole of America. Your two political parties, the Democrats and Republicans, just like the mother and father in that household. You've got nothing concrete to say, no evidence, nothing good. All you do is slag each other down and tell the public the bad side of the other party. And not one of you are saying, "Well, hang on, maybe I should do the washing up. Hang on, maybe I should get off my backside and get a job. Maybe I should fix the children's bikes. Maybe I should fix the shelf in the kitchen so she can put the dishes up when she's finished washing." Whatever, maybe. You're not doing anything that's helpful to the other person. All you're doing is slagging each other down constantly, day in and day out. And your media is loving it. Whether your media support either one of your parties is really quite irrelevant. Your country's not run by the media, but it makes it look like it is. Wow. Can you imagine how stupid that is? Your country is run by the media. I know someone's got to get the news out, but is it news when it's just abuse? It's not news. The point I'm making to all this is that your two political parties need to work together on and need to agree on some things. If they don't agree on anything, then it's going to make no progress. Your country was once upon a time well respected, not for the wars it creates around the world, but purely because of its might and its size and its influence and your dollar. Now America is a laughing stock around the world. It really is, particularly in China. And I see it every day. I hear comments from the Chinese every day. They too are highlighting the bad side of America. And it's not difficult to do that anymore. It really isn't. Because you're doing it yourself. It's quite possible in the next 10 years America will make no advancements around the world because no one will want your help. Because of the chaotic situation your political parties have put you in. You need to work on your own family, i.e. your own country. The people need to stand by whichever party they support, and not attack the wife or the husband because they don't support them. Just agree to a disagree. When you get this problem sorted out, and it will take several years, your country will become great again. But until then, it's a mess. So I urge you, America, I really do urge you, not because I support you, because I don't right now, that's for sure. There's lots of things I don't agree about America, and I've lived there for 2 years, and it's a fantastic country. All the way down there in Texas. In fact, I even nearly bought a house in Corpus Christi once upon a time, but then decided not to. Yeah, I drove from Galveston all the way across to Las Vegas. I drove from Canada, New York, all the way down to Galveston. So I know your country pretty well, and I had a good time when I was there, and the people are great. The only two parts of your country I didn't particularly like, whether you agree or disagree, was Detroit. That was a funny experience. I was waiting for a plane from Detroit to, in fact, from Detroit to Houston. And there was me and a Canadian guy, and we were stopped by security and questioned quite extensively for several hours. I wasn't with the Canadian guy, he just happened to be traveling also. And I needed to make a phone call because my flight was going to get cancelled. And the security guard put his hand on his gun and said, "Put the phone down." "Put the phone down, sir." I couldn't believe it, I was frightened. I put the phone down. I just thought, how absurd is this? He looked about 25 years old, overweight. But anyway, that was my introduction to Detroit. Dallas, well, I drove through Dallas and stopped up at a place there, and but the people I saw were gangs, and whether they were white gangs or black gangs is quite irrelevant, but I didn't feel safe. My instincts kicked in, said yeah, keep driving. Anyway, so yeah, going back to America and how you deal with this is entirely up to you, but if you don't get it sorted out, you're going to go downhill very quickly. Right, so let's have one more chat about the virus. Hey, hi. And the virus in America at the moment is being handled very, very silly. Good luck with that. That's another subject. Thank you. Bye-bye. I'm just doing the video.